Welcome back, everybody, to the Westlake Hornets Teambuilder Dynasty here in NCAA Football 14. As today, the Hornets head out to Southern California here in the beautiful city of Los Angeles to take on the UCLA Bruins. This is easily Westlake's most important game of the season. As you can see, the Bruins are ranked number 3 in the nation, currently sitting with a record of 6-1. Westlake, meanwhile, 6-0, ranked number 2 in the nation. Last week, the Hornets took on their rivals, the Utah Utes, and Westlake absolutely blew them out. The final score was 48-28. Doesn't look like that much of a blowout on paper, but Westlake was dominant. The Hornets outscored Utah 38-0 in the first half. Westlake recorded 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and 28 points within the span of the final 3 minutes of the half. That definitely is probably the most dominant half I've seen from this football team ever. Then Westlake mainly played the backups in their second half. However, the Hornets actually moved down in the rankings. Penn State has jumped Westlake. They just beat the now number 7th ranked Ohio, not Ohio State, Ohio, 38-35. So Westlake's good friends, the Penn State Nittany Lions, are number 1. And these two teams are 2 and 3, as UCLA will win the coin toss, and they will have their offense come out on the field first. It's been no secret that Westlake has played really well to start this season off. However, the Hornets really struggled running the ball the past couple of weeks, and if Westlake continues to struggle on the ground, then they have more of a chance to lose today, taking on an elite team like UCLA. Well, this is how you start a game. John Cummings with the first play from scrimmage, gaining 28 yards. I think that might be Cummings' longest run all season. And that is a quick first down for Westlake. If Westlake can run the ball like that all day, then they should have no problem. And if they don't run the ball well, then it's a much different story. 2nd and 7. Stephen Westwood, quick pass for his younger brother, Carter Westwood. Tracked down by the safety, Andy Butler, but not before gaining 21. 3rd and 5 here for Westlake. Can they convert, or will UCLA get a pretty big stop here early in this football game? Stephen Westwood under pressure, and he is sacked for a loss of 7. Looked like he was going to try to throw it to the tight end, Reggie Herman, but Jason Pitts is there with the sack, and that'll likely send the field goal unit out on the field. Here is the senior Volker Guntz from 43 yards. He is on the hashes, and we all know it's no secret that Volker Guntz struggles from the hashes. The kick is up, and it is a beauty. Right down Main Street, and Westlake is on the board first. They lead it 3-0. Last week in the first half, Westlake's defense allowed 0 points. They forced 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, 3 of which were by Anthony Mitchell, which ties a school record for most interceptions in a game is on first down. It's the star quarterback, Preston Garrett III, connecting with Ricky Pitts. The backfield of Preston Garrett III and Ronnie Anderson is one of the most deadly duos in the country. Anderson is a projected Heisman favorite for running back position as he gets 11 on that run. Lewis Kahn with a very hard hit, by the way. There is a new running back in the game, so I assume Ronnie Anderson is injured. That is not good for the Bruins, as Preston Garrett III going to keep it on the read option and score the touchdown. Garrett is one of the top projected quarterback selections in this year's draft class, so definitely going to be curious to see how the rest of the season folds out for him and where he will be playing his professional football. I have a hunch that this game is going to end up being very high scoring. Both of these offenses are really good, so curious to see if my hypothesis ends up being correct. As on first down, Westwood connects with the senior Ulri Ayaluko for a gain of 27. Very nice play right there from the senior Ulri Ayaluko, as it is now 2nd and 6. Stephen Westwood will look to throw it. Westwood going to go up the middle. Bad pass, and it's picked off by Clark. I don't know what Westwood was trying to do there. The receiver was absolutely covered like a blanket. Tried to get it to Cassius Troy on that play, and Josh Clark forces the turnover. That's Westwood's 5th interception, I believe, on the year. When no one's open, you cannot play hero ball, and you just got to throw it away, and I think Stephen Westwood needs to do a better job of recognizing that. First down, here's Garrett looking to throw it, and he's going to be sacked. Octavius October makes the play, as you can see by that graphic. Garrett is not only a threat in the passing game, but he also makes a big impact on the ground as well. Still a nice sack nonetheless from October. Westlake is lucky that the interception did not result in more points, as their offense has it back. 3rd and 6. Stephen Westwood. Short pass for the freshman, Dale McBride. He tries to go for the spin move, but instead he goes right into the defender, and because of that, he does not get the first down. Both offenses started this game off very well. Now it seems like the defenses are starting to play better. 2nd and 9. Ronnie Anderson loses 2. He gets smothered by the star defensive end, Delvin Hines. We are through quarter number 1, and so far we've got a good one. UCLA leads at 7-3, and for what it's worth, the Bruins finished with 69 yards in the first quarter. Nice. Westlake, meanwhile, finished with 90. Here is Stephen Westwood on first down. Going to go deep for his brother, Carter Westwood, once again for a gain of 27 yards. Westlake already has it at around the 25 now. 1st and goal at the 1. Westlake is going to try to punch it in and regain the lead as it's going to be a handoff for Irving Porter. Going to try to get past these defenders, and he loses 3. That's a huge stop on the goal line. Robert Carey with the play. Westlake does have 3 more chances, technically 2 more chances unless they go for it, to punch it in, but that's a huge stop by the front line of the Bruins. When you have it inside the 5-yard line, anything less than a touchdown would be considered a disappointment. Well, if Westlake doesn't convert here, I guess the ending of this drive could be considered a disappointment. And Stephen Westwood wants to run it in, but instead he loses 2 on the sack by Joe Thompson. You may recognize this name. Westlake went after Thompson a couple of years ago in recruiting. I believe Thompson would either be a redshirt freshman or a sophomore. I don't know if UCLA redshirted him because he was fairly recent. The field goal unit returns. Here's Volker Gantz from around 22. The kick is good. Westlake will make the lead, or will cut the lead down to 7-6. After scoring a touchdown on their first drive, UCLA's past 2 have been 3 and outs. 2nd and 1, Garrett keeps on the option, and that'll end the streak of 3 and outs. He gets 11. UCLA has it at the 32. They're moving the ball fairly well so far on this drive. As on first down, it's going to be an option. Garrett runs past Delvin Hines. Preston Garrett, the 3rd, has open rushing room. Touchdown, UCLA. Garrett with his 2nd rushing score of the afternoon, and the Bruins will now lead it by 8. Westlake has had 2 scoring drives today. However, both possessions only resulted in field goals, and Westlake needs to be able to score a few touchdowns if they want to continue to stay in this game. 3rd and 5. Westwood under pressure gets it to the freshman Tegan Moon, who only gains 1. That's a 3 and out. UCLA really has a chance to bust this game wide open. You got to remember, UCLA starts the second half on offense, so they really have an opportunity to get to a comfortable lead going into the half, but plays like that won't help. Delvin Hines with a huge sack, and Westlake will call timeout. Westlake needs to do some damage control on this drive before this lead can get any uglier. 3rd and 6 for the Hornets. Currently, they are 0 for 4 on 3rd down conversions today. Not the mark where you want to be. As Westwood's pass is incomplete, David Dunn had hands on it, and once again, nobody was open on that play. Can UCLA make it a 2-score lead here with 39 seconds and all 3 timeouts? Got to keep that in mind. 2nd down, handoff for Ronnie Anderson. Anderson gets a first down and is wrapped up near midfield by Delvin Hines. This clock continues to tick. Under 15 seconds to play. 3rd and 1. Garrett to Johnson for a first down, and the Bruins are not going to call time again. The clock will stay stagnant at 10 seconds, but they're not going to use their time. I don't know why UCLA is wasting the time. Look, they're probably not going to... This is probably going to be the last play of the first half as Garrett is sacked by October. With 1 second left, UCLA does call time. Due to this poor clock management, the Bruins are not in field goal range and are going to be forced to lob up a Hail Mary. As Garrett, he will not get at the distance. It is caught by Harold Hall, but he only gains 27. That'll do it for the first half. Not a particularly successful one for Westlake as UCLA leads it 14-6, and the Bruins do start the second half off on offense. Westlake's defense has played fairly well so far today. However, the defense is going to need to continue to play well for Hornets want any chance of winning this game. Pitts is the motion man. Will move to the right side. Garrett going to look to throw it. Short pass for Pitts, who has a first. Gets past Jones and is wrapped up by Justin McGee, but not before gaining 20, and the Bruins are moving it nicely. First half against Utah was the best half of football Westlake has played this year. This first half has been the worst half that Westlake has played this year as Ronnie Anderson brings UCLA into the red zone. He is now over the century mark in rushing yards. The Bruins are now inside the 20 to around the 16. Garrett runs past Wilson and is wrapped up for a loss of 2 by Octavius October. The Bruins are surging forward towards the goal line. First and goal from around the 1, maybe the 2. Handoff for Anthony Tanner. He scores the touchdown, and the UCLA Bruins comfortably lead this game 21-6. Westlake needs to do something quickly, or else they are in legit trouble of losing this game and having their undefeated season be flushed down the toilet. 2nd and 10, Aurier Yaluko with a nice play after the catch, then proceeds to get absolutely pounded by the safety, but he does get a first down. This is the 8th play of the drive, 3rd and 2. Westlake is an abysmal 0 for 5 on 3rd down. Something's got to give, and they've got to be able to convert once. Westwood, incomplete. He gets absolutely crushed. 4th and 2. You got to consider going for it here, right? 4th and 2. Westlake is going to go for it. Irving Porter gets for Rock, and he does not get it. Porter does not gain anything, and UCLA will get the football back with the score remaining 21-6. Westlake's defense absolutely needs a stop right now. 2nd and 9 for the Bruins. Garrett gonna look to throw it. He has some time under some pressure. Gets past Mike Wilson. Garrett for the first down before being wrapped up from behind by Delvin Hines. UCLA has around 200 rushing yards today. They've really ran it well against Westlake. And Preston Garrett III here has like half of those yards. He has particularly done well in the run game. He does lose 5 on that one. The senior safety Marcus Jones with a huge tackle for loss, and now it is a 3rd and long. 3rd and 9. UCLA is 3 for 6 on 3rd down. That is better than Westlake's 0 for 6. As Garrett gonna look to throw it. Gets it to Thomas, who does convert, gaining 11, and the chains will move. UCLA has been pounding it down Westlake's throats. This has been a really long and gruesome drive, and they're probably going to finish it with a rushing touchdown. It's fumbled in the end zone. Marcus Lee picks it up. That looked like a touchdown for Ronnie Anderson, but the ball must have slipped out. Let's take a look at this replay. Yeah, he thought he ran it in with the ball, but Marcus Lee punched it out. What a huge turnover for Westlake. Ronnie Anderson nonchalantly ran it in, but did not see Marcus Jones there, and that play changes everything. Westlake is back in it. Okay, maybe not. John Cummings opens up a drive with a loss of 4. We've got some news from the Westlake medical staff. Cornerback John Paul Patterson has suffered a concussion, and his day is done. So Westlake losing one of their top corners. 3rd and 10. The Hornets have not converted yet today, and that will change as Westwood will dive out of bounds for a first down. Westlake finally converts a 3rd down. Let's see if this is the drive where their momentum can shift. Westwood on 1st down, going up the middle, and it's intercepted by Hammond. Try to get it to McBride, but UCLA now will get the ball back, and Westlake's momentum, well, it was fun for the minute that they did have it. Gotta give credit to the UCLA secondary. No receiver on Westlake's been able to get open all day, and it's because of this phenomenal pass coverage. 3rd and 5, Preston Garrett loses 4. Delvin Hines with the tackle, and we'll likely see the field goal unit come out for UCLA. Okay, hold on. UCLA's going for it. As you can see, Stephen Westwood actually strained his pec. He'll be fine to return. But I don't get this call at all. You can make it a 3-possession game right here, and they're not doing that. And it's not like it's 4th and short, too. It's 4th and 9. That's no easy conversion. I don't agree with this call in the slightest for UCLA. Do they have that little amount of faith in their kicker? As Garrett has absolutely no time to throw it. Delvin Hines with a massive sack, and Westlake continues to stay in this game somehow. There were numerous times today where it looked like Westlake was out of it, but they have somehow managed to survive. and it's still only a 2-score game. Okay, maybe not. Westwood is picked off for a 3rd time. That's time by Stevenson, and I think this time the game is probably over. If Steven Westwood did not have those interceptions, then this game would be a lot closer, but Westwood has really played poorly today. Easily his worst game as a Hornet. Anderson on 2nd and 3 has the open rushing room and is pushed out inside the 5. UCLA has had so many opportunities to make this a 3-score game, and they've been unable to. This has got to be their drive. 3rd and goal. Handoff for Tanner, and he gets flattened by Kyle Harris. But UCLA should now kick the field goal and finally make it a 3-score lead. 4th and goal. Here's the field goal unit to make it an 18-point lead. With 1:33 to go, the kick is good. And now Westlake is just living on a prayer at this point. Steven Westwood has really played poorly today. I don't think I've ever seen him play worse. And he's got to get his act together or else Westlake might continue to lose games. Nice pass on 1st down for his brother Carter. That'll get 24. This is going to be one of those games that the draft evaluators go back and look at and are like, yeah, this kid might not be a 1st rounder. Although Westwood's only a redshirt junior, he did test the draft waters last year. He stayed in school. However, this year I expect Westwood to actually stay in the draft as he just heaves up a prayer, hoping he gets lucky, and he does not. Disaster of a performance by Steven Westwood and this team as a whole. What a performance today by UCLA. They have absolutely earned this victory. They were easily the better team today. 24-6, really dominating the Westlake Hornets on both sides of the ball, especially defensively. Last week, the Hornets dominated their rival Utah. They got revenge after losing to Utah last year. So you think that the Hornets would have all the momentum in the world, but they just went flat today. Steven Westwood with one of his worst games as a collegiate player. UCLA's secondary was outstanding today. So this game really has you thinking, when Steven Westwood's receivers aren't getting open, he really played poorly. So I think this goes to show that maybe Steven Westwood isn't as good as we all think, or maybe this was just a bad game and he needs to rebound next week. Massive loss for Westlake. We'll see what this does for their championship implications. And now, the Hornets need a domino effect, or else they might not be back in the national championship. They need UCLA to lose again. They need a few other teams who are going to be ranked ahead of them to lose. So the Hornets are going to need a lot of luck on their side, or otherwise they won't be back in the big game. Hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm out.